adventurers. Wow, we've learned so much so far and we have so much more to learn. Are you guys ready to learn?
I know I am.
Well, today we're learning about the story of Moses and how God helped him when he was growing up.
Captain, did he need a lot of help while growing up?
Yes, he did. Moses had had a very tough life since the day he was born. But don't worry. Callie and her friends will explain it all for you guys. But first, let's do our check. Do you have your S.S Voyager ID?
Check.
Do you have your adventure kit?
Check.
Do you have your time, talents, and treasures?
Check.
Perfect. Let's begin.
What's up with you? Shout it out, why don't you? Let everyone know. I'm doing pretty good today. It's sunny where I am, and I'm alive, so yep, it's a good day. Oh look, we have a comment coming in already. This is a comment from Mary. Hey Callie, my name is Mary from Southern California. Oh, that sounds really nice. Have you ever felt helpless? Let me think. There was a time when my little brother was really sick and he had to go to the hospital, and he was there for a whole week. Mary, that was the longest week of my life because he was so tiny. He did get better and came home and now bothers me all the time. But yep, speaking of that, did I ever tell you that my mom is a doctor? She helps kids. So that makes her a surgeon? No, that's not it. She's an No, that can't be it either. Let me just call her. Hey, Mom. What are you doing?
Hey, baby. Are you filming your vlog?
Yeah, Mom. Mom, so what type of doctor are you again?
Ellie, I am a pediatrician.
Right. That's it. Is that a hard job, Mom?
I went to school for it, so I had years and years of practice, so I know what I'm doing.
So what's the hardest part?
That's a great question. I think the hardest part about being a pediatrician sometimes is seeing a child for the first time in so much pain. And then, of course, trying to comfort the parents because sometimes they feel kind of helpless.
Wow.
Speaking of helpless, this reminds me of a story in the Bible of some people that felt the same exact way.
It's time for our Bible story. A long time ago, the people of Israel had been forced to become slaves in Egypt and were being treated very badly. They had to work day and night, and do whatever Pharaoh wanted them to do.
That's a ruler, right?
Exactly. The ruler of Egypt loved telling God's people what to do all the time, but he noticed that there were a lot of Israelites, like a whole lot.
So what did he do?
He came up with a plan to get rid of all the baby boys. God's people needed help now more than ever. The parents became sad and helpless because they didn't know what to do. During this time, though, a mom gave birth to a tiny baby boy. She loved this baby so much and didn't want Pharaoh to get rid of him. So the mother hid the baby for 3 long months. She then did the only thing she thought might work. She put her baby in a basket and placed him in the water like a boat. She placed the boat with her baby into the water and prayed to God for someone to find it. And guess what?
The baby was saved?
You got it! The daughter of Pharaoh saw the basket floating and saved it. How amazing is that?
Oh, wow!
She named the baby Moses, and now the baby would live in the house of Pharaoh.
When Moses was born, Pharaoh was getting rid of helpless babies because the Israelites were growing in number, and that scared Pharaoh. Moses' mom loved him so much that she decided to hide him for 3 whole months. She did the only thing she could think of. She used the basket as a boat and sent him down the river in hopes that someone would find him. She probably felt so sad and helpless, right? But that isn't the end of the story, because God had another plan all along. Pharaoh's daughter noticed the baby in the basket and decided to take the baby as her own. Then, the baby Moses' big sister, Miriam, asked Pharaoh's daughter if she could help find a woman take care of the baby for her. And Pharaoh's daughter said yes. And this is how baby Moses was reunited with his mom. Baby Moses' caretaker was actually his mom, but Moses never knew. God helped baby Moses, his mom, and his sister. God helped them when they were feeling helpless, and God helps us too. So here's the main point. God helps us when we are helpless. But that's not the only time he helps us. In fact, he helps us in many other ways. Let's check out the rest of the story for Moses.
Who is it?
Hi, I'm looking for a flight deck.
Oh, this is Medbay. You must be a new recruit. Come on in.
Okay.
So, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Oyinkan, and I'm the new surgeon here at the S.S Voyager.
Oh, that's excellent. But why are you looking for the flight deck?
Well, that's because I have a special message for the adventurers today.
A special message? Oh, well, we better get to the flight deck. Follow me.
Hey adventurers, my name is Sergeant Oyinkan, and I am the new recruit here on the S.S Voyager. And today, I have a special message for you. Are you ready? Because here it is. My help comes from the Lord God, the maker of heaven and the earth. Let me break it down for you. It is from Psalms 121, verse 2. My help comes from the Lord God, the maker of the heavens and the earth. Now repeat after me. My help comes from the Lord God, the maker of the heavens and the earth. Now let's go back to the Moses story.
Last week we left off with Moses, the baby that was saved, living with Pharaoh's daughter. He was living a great life, being raised by the daughter of Pharaoh. But he had no idea where he came from. So one day he made a huge mistake and got into a fight with some guys. He ran away from Egypt because he thought he would get into trouble and started a brand new life with a new job. One day while he was working, he saw something rather strange in the distance. He saw a bush on fire, but the bush wasn't burning up. Moses came closer to the bush because, he had to make sense of it. Then the bush started to talk to him. It was God in the bush talking to Moses. Moses took off his sandals to show respect to God. God had a very important job for Moses. God wanted Moses to return to Egypt and help his people, the Israelites, get out. Moses felt that God should pick someone better for the job. God, of course, knew better. Yes, Moses felt weak and not prepared to go back to Egypt, but God was going to help him. God said Moses could take his brother, Aaron, to help him speak. God was going to use the staff and other things to show everyone that Moses worked for God. Now Moses was ready to go to Egypt to rescue the people of Israel from Pharaoh.
So, we know that Moses was born into an Israelite home, but was raised by Pharaoh's daughter as her own son. He probably had everything he could ever want. Food for days, lived in a palace. Like, who wouldn't want that? But if we fast forward a few years to one important day when Moses made a big mistake. He got into a fight with an Egyptian man. Now, Moses was so afraid of someone finding out about his fight that he ran away. He ran as far as he could and began a new life. He got married, had a son. Everything was peaceful for Moses. But God rescued baby Moses from the river for a reason. It was all a part of God's plan. And God was about to tell Moses about those plans. That's when Moses saw God as a burning bush. Let's read what God tells them in Exodus 3:10-14. So now, go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people from the Israelites out of Egypt. But Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? And God said, I will be with you, and this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain. So Moses said to God, suppose I go to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you. And they ask me, what is his name? What shall I tell them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. Moses doesn't want to go at all. He doesn't think he is the right person to go. Moses asked God to send someone else instead of him. Moses described himself as slow to speak. So maybe he had a stutter, or maybe he just thought he wasn't smart enough. So God allowed Moses' brother, Aaron, to go with Moses so he could speak for him. And the staff God gave Moses allowed him to perform miracles. You see, it didn't matter that Moses was full of weaknesses and mistakes from the past. God still called Moses to go and save the Israelite people. That means God helps us, not only when we're helpless, but also in our weakness. What's that? Did you hear that? I think I hear a marvelous melody.
Wow, today was an exciting ride. We learned a lot about the early days of Moses and how God always kept him safe and encouraged him. From when he was left in the basket to when God called him to free the Israelites. Through it all, God never stopped helping Moses. And we'll see in our next lesson how exactly Moses responded to God's call. But now, it's time for our weekly mission. Today, I want you guys to go grab a piece of paper and I want you to draw your own burning bush. Any way you like with any colors you have. Make it very specific to you. And after you've drawn your burning bush, I want you to write all around it all the times God helped you. Whether it's he helped you with your homework or he helped you get a good grade, I want you to write it all down. And I can't wait to see those bushes during our weekly hangout. But that's all for today. I'm your captain. Over and out.